back here for round 3. If this looks a little aggressive for perhaps turn 1 of round 3, that is because unfortunately I do not have any video recording equipment of my own, and I am over at Jerry Thompson's, and he is kind enough to let me use his, but he's been having a little bit of an issue with this video card lately, so the first couple turns of this game were edited out. But to get you up to speed, our opponent was missing colorless mana for some time, and finally drew it this turn, was able to play a Thought-Knot Seer. I responded and destroyed an Eldrazi Mimic with a Thopter token, and now this Thought-Knot Seer is on the stack, and I'm trying to figure out what to do with my Path to Exile. So, was doing some talking and had to address that, and now we're back to thinking about this game. At 8 life, got some things in play. So basically I can Path to Exile my opponent's 5/5 Endless one, or the Thought-Knot Seer that just entered the battlefield. Have some decent double blocks. I could also just trade my Obstinate Bailiff for my opponent's Mimic. So I think I just want to go ahead and get the Thought-Knot Seer off the battlefield and cash in for a card, since it's pretty likely they're just going to take this Big Game Hunter. Do that, hopefully draw something relevant. If our opponent gets aggressive, then we can also start attacking with like Raging Ravine and clocking them. It's Lone Missionary to gain some life, it's not so bad. I assume PGH is going by the wayside, but I mean, we can't cast it, so maybe we won't. Alright. And I think we're just going to, excuse me, take our, we can't just double block here and then chump, and then the Thopter token covers the Mimic, so I think that's better. So next turn we can play Lone Missionary, toss at the Mimic, attack for 3, and then the turn after that we can start getting aggressive with Raging Ravine. Ooh, Revel Arc. That does a lot of stuff. Let's see. So we can play Lone Missionary, and then if we pay to... No, that's not good. Alright, I think I'm definitely playing Missionary. And I am a little afraid of our opponent just playing a second Thought-Knots here and getting a Revel Arc, because they've kind of been stranded on a lack of colorless sources the entire game. So I think I just want to go ahead and get Revel Arc into play, because it's so powerful, and if we get Thought-Knot Seared, it's going to be disastrous. And even if our opponent plays a Reality Smasher, I guess we'll send the Thopter. We might actually be interested in blocking with our Pia because of Revel Arc can rebuy it. Feeling pretty good that Revel Arc was a good draw. I think something we've seen over the course of these couple matches is that whenever this deck gets time to actually... Ooh, God. That's not good. I was going to say it actually gets time to breathe, then some really powerful interactions can come up with like Revel Arc, Pia, Restoration Angel, Eternal Witness. These cards that are a little slow, but really, really powerful. Well, I'm not going to die this turn, but this Drowner is definitely scary. Alright, we're going to take our block. I don't want to go down to 5 life. Jeez. Wow. That is nice. I'm not going to lie. That is a nice card to draw here. We're going to do some filthy, filthy things with this Revelark. Copy that. Alright. Let's see. Any reason to get all crazy with an attack with our second Revelark? Probably not. Usually in situations like these, I just want to play as safe as possible. If this Kiki-Jiki stays alive... Well, alright, so if we attack for... attack for 8, our opponent goes to 5, we get Witness and Lone Missionary, and then we rebuy Path to Exile and Path the Drowner. And we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4 blockers. We'll be at 14 life. Yeah, we'll just go ahead and attack. I'm going to go ahead and Path Drowner during my end step, so I'm going to set a stop there. That way, they have to choose whether they want to tap something immediately. Maybe that's not actually good. Maybe giving... Well, they don't have an additional basic land. I do know that. So yeah, we'll just go ahead and path. Had a few nice little draw steps. And now, basically, no matter what happens, I think they're kind of in the hard lock. Alright, so similar plan as before, bring in Shriek Moth, some Dismembers. The blue-white version, I do think Lightning Helix is quite good since it kills Eldrazi Displacer. Maybe I do actually want Pontiff in my deck. It kills Scion tokens and Eldrazi Mimics. That doesn't sound that bad. Spellskite Voice is not great. Solid Private is not great. I did like Second Ooze. That was good. The other match. Lone Missionaries, whatever. Maybe Voice is fine. It's just like another thing that can get big. Obstinate Bailiff is cute with Reality Smasher interactions, so... I don't know. I mean, I guess Pontiff is only really good against Drowner of Hopes, even though it can, like, stop the silly Mimic draws, but when we're on the draw, it's probably going to be a little too slow. I'll board it out, but... I don't know. It's really tough to sideboard with these super toolboxy decks, especially when it's more interested in, like, bringing in, you know, real sideboard cards instead of just like more bullets. This hand's pretty good. We have a birds. I think basically any hand with some combination of land spells and a birds is keepable in this deck. Just the mana base is so stressful that having turn 1 birds is really, really powerful. I want to save this Wooded Foothills to get black mana potentially. Maybe I'm supposed to just actually go ahead and crack it for Overgrown Tomb instead of leading on Temple Garden. That might just be a mistake. But now I want to save the fetch land because we drew a Courser. Our opponent kept... I'm assuming they have a double land in their hand and a Thought-Knot Seer. I think that's the only reason they would keep Addercar Aggro. So for that reason, maybe we're supposed to leave up Dismember, but didn't get punished. Don't actually mind drawing this Wall of Omens, I don't think. And again, I don't want to shock myself. So I'm going to go ahead and pay 2, play Pia. Should have attacked first, but I'm dumb. What am I missing? Oh, trigger. Yeah, I'll go ahead and send for 2. I'm not sure exactly what my opponent kept, but I'm getting the impression that they did not keep a keepable hand with Eldrazi. Path. Wow, that is aggressive. Have double red, have double white. I guess having another green source is fine. Maybe we just want another red source for like Kiki and stuff, even though we have Raging Ravine in our hand. I don't know. Probably doesn't really matter. More than happy to take any block on a Sky Spawner or whatever. Herb Ward turns on our Dismember, just how we drew it up. And that's not bad either. So we can witness and leave up all our stuff. I think I like that. Oh, the path's in his graveyard. Oh, God. No. God. Why did I think the path was in our graveyard? I'm stupid. I'm sorry. Oh, good lord. I blew it. I knew I was going to blow it. I saw the path right in front of me. Just amateur hour over here. Throwing it all away. That's me. Oh, see, they had the rest in peace. I guess we could have dismembered the Drowner and then gone ahead and picked it up. Probably would have been the right way to do it. Interesting they bring this in. I guess it's pretty effective. So question is whether we want to go ahead and cash in Dismember, paying 0 life to kill this Drowner end of turn. Alternatively, we can just toss a Thopter at a Sky Spawner and then kind of take our draw step and reassess things. Oh, okay, that's not what I expected. Alright, in this case, I will just go ahead and Dismember, paying 0 life. I think we can go ahead and draw a card, see if we draw anything that changes things. We did not get this Ravine into play. And I will offer some trades. Cool with me. Play my backup Pia. Shouldn't have actually played the Raging Ravine before combat, just in case. Don't think it would change anything, but still no reason to. And our opponent's draw has just really not come together. So we can start getting aggressive. Don't think I care if they want to trade both their Scions for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They probably want to block and tutor with Eye of Ugin anyways, so I don't think there's any way that our P is actually going to die in combat. Yep, block, tutor with Ivogan. Another Drowner of Hope. Not too dangerous, I don't think. Since we always have the option of just turning Thopters, or excuse me, essentially trading our Thopters for Eldrazi Scion tokens. Also does 8 points of burn in the air, so getting our opponent down to like 7 and then just tossing them for a couple turns in a row is probably actually going to be our route. Displacer. Okay. That is something capable of killing our Thopter tokens. Also took a point of damage to do that off their Adakar Waste, and to cast Drowner, they're also going to take a point of damage, which is definitely going to add up considering the current situation. So things are looking all right. Alright, our opponent has assembled the dreaded Displacer Drowner combo. So, what happens if we sacrifice a Thopter end of turn? Our opponent goes to 8, we have 3 Thopters. If our opponent then displaces one of our Thopter tokens, we can attack for 2, that'll put them to 6. And then we can... don't necessarily have lethal if we take that. But if we get to untap and our opponent displaces one of our tokens, we toss it, put our opponent to 8, attack them down to 5, and then we have 2 activations available to us. So I think that's pretty good. And as Drew Path, making it easy. Okay, send all the Thopters. Opponent displaces one, we will throw it. Goes to 8. Goes to 5. I'll go ahead and path. Does knock us off of an activation, but I don't think that's relevant. I'll think blocking the wall, well, going to 10 life is probably not an issue, but I'll block. We have a ton of mana. If we draw a cord, it's like game over anyways. Okay. Alright, that's that.